What is up, y'all? It is Dadbod here. Welcome back to my Dark Souls Remastered 100% walkthrough. So here we are in the Oolacile Township bonfire. We are going to head down the shortcut that we just opened up, and we're going to continue on and fight the last boss of the DLC. So we have a lot to cover today. Looking forward to it. This boss is pretty tough, but a lot of fun. And this is going to be the last, I guess you could say, major area of the game. I'm going to send this elevator back up in case we need it again. If we die. This is the last big area of the game. Let's see, I'm going to lure this guy over. There's two casters behind him. So I want to fight him by himself. Not while I'm trying to dodge projectiles. Again, the silver pendant is good because it repels the projectiles. So get that guy first. And what we want to do is run forward. Turn immediately to your left behind these columns because there's another enemy. And then it'll also kind of block you from the projectiles. And then it'll allow you to kill. If this guy comes after you, he's from the other side. So you get a chance at him as well. But what you want to do is then run to the other side. There's a soul item behind here. I actually got hit, but that's okay. I can heal up. And now, not gonna lie, this part is a little bit tricky because there's two casters. And you have to take them out one at a time. So, good time for the silver pendant to be used. Whoop, I still did get hit. Since that one adjusted, I should have an opportunity to hit him. And then looks like that one's still casting. So yes, do not bum rush these guys because they're both casting at the same time. And if you get hit 2, maybe 3 times, you're probably dead. So approach it with the utmost caution. So in here, there's kind of like a little mini boss. It's not too hard. Oh, I meant to roll away. Few hits should take him out. Then just run straight past him. There's going to be another elevator that we take all the way down. Well, first you got to bring it up, so make sure you don't run off the edge there. And surprise, there's an enemy on it. So all the way down. And there's a bonfire. If you have over 10 Estus flasks, I don't think you really need to kindle this one. Now this will be the bonfire that we respawn at if we die now. So if you die a few times and are low on Estus flasks, it's not a bad idea to bring it up to 10 at least. So take an immediate left. Don't run straight. You'll fall to your death. So run to the immediate left. There's going to be a lizard here. Watch out for him. Take him out. And then straight ahead, there's going to be some of our friendly village people that we've been fighting this whole time. And they are flanked by a caster who's like right next to them. So it is not a good idea to run straight in here because you'll be fighting these guys who do hit very hard while also trying to dodge the magic. And that can be a bad situation. So I advise you take this very cautiously. There should be 4 enemies and a caster if I remember correctly. But I'm only seeing... Oh, there's the last one, yeah. So I think the one that I just tried to shoot was the caster. All the way... There we go. That one's kind of hiding. So I think this is a regular dude. If I can get him. Only got 12 arrows left. There we go. If I can get this one all the way in the back, I think this is a regular dude, but I could be mistaken. That one might be the caster. But I think if we're down to just 2, I should be able to handle it. But running in when there's 5... is a bad idea. Objectively, it's a bad idea. So I'm going to go for the caster first. Here we go. Top off my health. And this is Dark Bead. This is a dark sorcery that is obscenely powerful. It is quite possibly the most powerful spell in the game. Some people that want to do sorcery runs will try to get here as early as possible to get Dark Bead, just because it is so insanely OP. It can even one-shot some bosses, and I'm not making that up. Let's see. So just kind of walk along this ledge. You'll see there, those are enemies down there. Those are actually enemies that are, they're humanity. They look exactly like humanity. They are humanity down here in the abyss, and they, as you could imagine, they do drop humanity if you kill them. We're gonna be fighting some of them later. So go across that bridge, and when you get to this side, take a left, and the floor is gonna disappear below you. And you drop down, and this should be a familiar face. This is the leader of the Forest Hunters Covenant that we joined a while back. And he's kind of showing us the way. So here's one of the humanity enemies. If they touch you, they do, like, they don't like attack you. Like, they don't try to hit you, but if they touch you, they do a pretty substantial amount of damage, these humanity enemies. But sometimes they drop humanity, sometimes they drop twin humanities even. Okay, so he's led us all the way back here. There's something I'm going to show you in just a bit. Before we do that, we're going to unlock this shortcut. And this is a big shortcut. This is a massive shortcut, and I'm going to show you why. Because what it does is it brings us right out where we fought Artorias, which of course, just past this Colosseum where we fought Artorias is the bonfire that we kindled up to 20. So that's why I said that bonfire is so important. That's the bonfire that we used to get through Oolacile Township. That's the bonfire we used to get to Calamite. And that's the bonfire we're going to use to get to the next boss. I'm low on arrows. I don't think I'm even going to need any more arrows, but I'm going to go ahead and purchase some just in case. You never know. I'm going to get a bunch of them. I don't need that many, but I'm going to get a bunch.
I'll be seeing you if you...
I mean, again, not really necessary, but I was running low, and you never know when you might need arrows in a pinch, so I just like to have a healthy stock. So yeah, here's that shortcut where it brought us. So you just go over here and take this on back down to Chasm of the Abyss. Long way down. It is the Abyss after all. Okay, so this is where the cat was leading us, because this is an illusory wall. So you want to make sure that you take care of all of these humanity enemies in here. And I mentioned the cat was a familiar face, and we're also going to see someone else who's a bit familiar to us once we kill these humanities. But look at what we have here. That is Sif, Artorias's loyal pup. You want to make sure that you get all these humanities around him. Once you do, you have set him free. All right. And he drops the Cleansing Great Shield. So I would be remiss if I did not read the description to the Cleansing Great Shield, because it reveals a lot. So it says, the steel great shield used by Knight Artorias, who succumbed to the Abyss. So he fought Manus and lost Artorias. If you notice the cutscene when we first fought Artorias, you notice his arm was like limp and broken. That's because that was a result of his fight with Manus, which he lost and had to retreat, and he eventually succumbed to the Abyss. So since that arm was useless to him, Artorias, deeply scarred by the Abyss, used this to form a barrier to protect his compatriot Sif. Although this drained the shield, its magic defense remains high. So Artorias, no longer being able to use his shield himself because his arm was broken, used it to protect Sif. And so we just rescued him, and you know, the thing is that's pretty cool is if you go through this DLC, before you fight Sif, it actually changes Sif's cutscene because he recognizes you as the one who saved him from the abyss, and also, you know, you set Artorias free from his, you know, his state of being succumbed to the abyss. So very cool lore. Pretty crazy stuff happened here in the past, and so yeah, good stuff. So what we're gonna do now is follow the lights here. These are prism stones that are pre-placed. So yeah, this whole event takes place in the past, and Artorias was a knight. He was one of the knights of Gwyn in the past, who was sent here to rescue Princess Dusk. But he, of course, failed in that effort. You want to take this sorcerer out and pick up the humanity, and he dropped a green Titanite shard. And so Sif, not wanting other people to succumb to the same fate as his master Artorias, that is why he holds on to the Abyss Walker ring, because he doesn't want people to suffer the same fate as his masters. That's why you have to kill Sif in the present timeline to get the ring to go to the Abyss to fight the Four Kings. Very cool how that all ties together. And that's one of the things that honestly Dark Souls does so well, is in the storytelling. It doesn't hold your hand with it, but there are nuggets. There's a trail of breadcrumbs that you can follow and piece the puzzle together. And once you do, it is so fascinating to understand what went on in this world that is so mysterious, but yet so dense and rich with lore. All right, so we got some humanity from killing these guys. So what we want to do now is drop down here. And I'm being careful with these humanity enemies, because if you get a bunch of them surrounding you and they all touch you, you can die pretty quickly. You get the help me carving. Now this, you want to make sure that you don't slip too far to the right, because if you do, you'll fall to your death. So I'm gonna roll off kind of diagonally and do a plunging attack on this humanity. Well, I did hit him, but I also got hit. That's fine. Oops, missed. Keep my healing up. Here we got Black Flame. That is actually a pyromancy, but none of this stuff, as I said in the DLC, is required for trophies. Even though it is pyromancy, it is not required for the pyromancy trophy, just like Dark Bead and all the other dark spells are not required for the sorceries trophy. All right. I'm just going to leave that one alone. All right. So we want to go back up here. And this is going to take us back to where we were before. So you turn right here. Go back up. This is where we picked up an item and we killed one of the mages here. And then this is where we fought all those humanities. And then over here is where we dropped down to get the help me carving. So what we want to do next is travel down this little bridge here. If you want to refill your Estus, not a bad idea right now, because we're about to fight a boss. And we're not going to have a bonfire, another bonfire before him. So we got a Twin Humanities down here. What we want to do is go down this way. And there's a sharp right turn right here that's easy to miss. So turn down here. Oh, got some humanity enemies in here. There you go. You see, they don't give us very many souls, but they do drop quite a bit of humanity. So pick this up. It's a white Titanite slab. Very important if you're going for all the trophies, because you need 2 of them. And we have 2 of them now. So if you drop down here, make sure you don't drop into off the cliff here, but I'm going to jump where there's ground to fall on. Some more humanity enemies. Sometimes I accidentally kick them instead of attacking, but it happens. So there's the fog wall for the boss. Whoops. And this boss is very tough. He has a lot of combos. He has one combo that's like a 5-hit combo. I should have mentioned before, you want to make sure you're in human form because there is a very important summon for the boss fight. And you know me, I'm not one to use summons all that often, but for this fight, it is super important, if only for the lore implications here. So he has a lot of combos. If you get caught in one of his combos and he knocks you down, it is best just to kind of stay down, because if you get back up, you're going to take full damage again. And really, I will say he has no tail. He does have a tail, but you can't chop it off. And this is a fight. This is probably the hardest fight in the game, if I'm being honest. But it is a matter of learning his moves, kind of, and finding the best openings to attack. And in the second phase, when he gets to about half health, he's going to start using dark magic. You're going to want to use your pendant for that, because the dark magic that he uses is very powerful and hard to dodge. So the pendant is very, very important. So that hand looks familiar. That hand looks very, very familiar. It is indeed the hand of Manus. The father of the abyss. So in this fight, if you rescued Sif, you can actually summon him and he will help you in this fight. He doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but when he distracts the boss, it is very helpful. Probably his most powerful attack is his hand slap, and his hand slap, he has an enormous amount of range with it. So that's his combo. I mentioned when you get knocked down from it, just stay down. Don't get up till after the combo's over. It's 5 hits. And I'm just taking a beating here. Sif actually saved me there. If he had attacked me instead of Sif, I probably would have died. So as I said, Sif does not do a lot of damage, but he does distract the boss. And it is helpful what Sif does. Very helpful when he distracts the boss. So probably not the best strategy, but I do stay near him, and I do take hits from a lot of his attacks and just kind of heal when needed. And there's his 5-hit combo again. That thing is really hard to dodge, but as I said, once I get in it, I don't try to get out of it. I don't mash buttons. I don't try to get up. All right, now he's using his dark magic. I should have been ready for that. I should have been ready for that. Here he comes again. So use the pendant. See, he has crazy range. I may not survive this. We'll see. I'm running low on healing. Come on, let's go. Let's get him. Oh, I need to heal. Oh, that was close. I was trying to heal, and then I had already input an attack, and so I attacked. Oh my gosh, that was close. That was cutting it about as close as possible. I had 1 flask left. Oh, that is such an intense fight, guys. As I said, probably the hardest fight in the game. And so you kill Manus. Sif helped us, and we avenged his master's demise, which feels good. Not gonna lie, feels good. So we got Dusk here. She is in bad shape. Really bad shape. She doesn't really say anything. But we do have a bonfire down here. But I love that you can summon Sif for this fight. Like, you rescue him. You know, he knows what happened to Artorias, and he's here to help you. He's here to help avenge Artorias. I think that's so awesome. I love it. All right, so we can level up. So Manus's soul You can get a catalyst if you use it to craft a boss weapon, or if you trade it with Snuggly, you get a spell called the Pursuers. This is a very good spell, but I'm not going to use it for either of those purposes, so I am going to consume the Soul of Manus. Neither the Catalyst nor the Pursuers are needed for trophies, so I'm going to use the Soul of Manus. Get myself to level 90, 33 vitality. And that's it for the DLC, guys. It ends with a bang. It really does. That fight with Manus is something else. So I'm going to warp to the Sunlight Altar because we did get our 25 faith. And I'll say it again. If you co-op bosses in multiplayer, you can reduce the 25 requirement by 5. So just keep that in mind. Here we can learn the gesture, praise the sun. We can enter the Covenant, Warrior of Sunlight. For doing so, we get Miracle Lightning Spear. So we can't level it up until we get 10 Sunlight Medals, which we're not going to get until New Game Plus. So not going to bother leveling it up yet, but we do need to do that for some additional spells for the Miracles Trophy. And finally, we're going to warp to the Abyss. And that's not the Abyss, the Chasm of the Abyss, which we were just in the DLC. No, this is the Abyss where we fought the 4 kings and we talked to Koth the first time. He's going to take us back to
very well.
The Lord Vessel. We're going to be able to put our Lord Souls in there. Which, I mean, the DLC has nothing to do with the Lord Souls. We got our final Lord Soul when we killed Seath back in the Duke's Archives. So offer the souls. All right, and that is the path forward to the final boss of the game. So we're not going to cover that yet. Actually, the next episode is going to be some stuff we need to take care of for trophy cleanup, for achievements and whatnot. So if you're going for all achievements in the game, you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for that one. And then the following episode is going to be where we finish the game in this walkthrough. So it'll be a bittersweet moment. I've really enjoyed putting this walkthrough together for y'all. It's been a blast. It's been a lot of work, but it's been a lot of fun. And, you know, it'll be a little bit sad when it's over, not gonna lie. So anyways, really appreciate all of you guys who have joined me in this journey. It's been a lot of fun. As I said, 2 more episodes left, 1 focused on trophies and then 1 to end the game. So anyways, hope you guys stick around and we'll see you then. Take care. We'll see you next time.